Hello. I'm actually feeling really good today. I live here in Asheville, and I've been building a trail behind my house for a long time and spent countless hours working on the trail and being around black bears that are back and forth, and lived in harmony with them until last October or November. I had a situation where I was jogging on my trail and a bear started chasing me. And I had to confront it, which everything worked out perfectly. The bear and I faced off for a few minutes, and he climbed a tree, and I backed off, and I ran down the hill very fast. And then the bear ended up stalking me down the hill because after I slowed down, he came around again, and I made it to another house. And all that's very exciting. It's been a great story. But the bigger issue for me is that it was a big part of my life to spend time on that trail in nature, and it was also my exercise. And for several months, I probably didn't leave the house after that, much less go out on my trail. But I didn't go up till I felt at least somewhat comfortable that I can go back up there without total fear. But then winter hit, and I could go, and I knew they weren't there. But in the spring now, I am going back, and I have dealt with trying to feel better before I go. And I am going now, and I feel okay, but every little squirrel now, I can hear my heart flutters. And although I have tried to maintain really good feelings about being with the bears, and my ultimate goal is I want to be in peace and harmony with the environment that I live in and be able to feel great about going up there, and when I see bears, be not fearful and to be living with them. And if I confront them, fine, because it might happen again because they're there. It's their environment. So I guess the overall question is, I want to accelerate this process of living in harmony with them. And I guess the other kind of thing I want to add is, I spent a fair amount of time trying to figure out what it was I needed to get from this encounter that I had. And I have seen him again in the last few weeks.
Well, there are a number of things that we want to give you. And most important, you came round to it at the end of your story when you said, and most of all, I want to live in peace and harmony with the bears. Now, do you think that was active within you before any of this happened?
Well, I thought it was. I'd seen him all the time. I'd seen him many times, and did not have that fear until I had that.
So the reason we ask the question is because we want to announce to you that in your vibrational escrow was this request to be in vibrational harmony with the beasts of your planet. In other words, we can feel that was there. And so the bear showed up in order to help activate within you something that would cause the contrast. In other words, you've got a rocket of desire out there that's big time out there that would not have been out there under any other conditions. Now, it's a normal thing to have an experience like that and then to try to withdraw your desire. Now, we've been talking about this all day here today. Can you become less than life has caused you to become? No, you can't. And so in your vibrational escrow was this desire to live in peace and harmony with the beasts of your planet. And then you attracted an experience that caused you to put that out there big time. Now, your first instinct, because it was a frightening experience, was to withdraw. As you say, you didn't want to leave your house. You sure didn't want to get out on the trail. But you can feel the discord in that. That's not what you want. That's not meeting any of the things in vibrational escrow. You built those trails. You chose that place. You want to be out there with nature. All of that's in your vibrational escrow. You cannot back away from that. And harmony with these beasts is in your vibrational escrow too. When something happens that really takes you to a place you don't want to be, The benefit of really going to a place you don't want to be is that you shoot off a corresponding desire about where you do want to be. In other words, little things you don't want help you know little things you do want. Big things you don't want help you know big things you do want. So this was one of those big things. It's really big, and the longer we talk about it, the bigger you can feel that it is. You love nature. You love life. You would be the last one that would say, let's shoot the bear, or let's catch the bear, and let's haul the bear away. Even a bear that you felt might be threatening you, you don't want to haul away. That's not the answer to the question that you are putting forth, is it?
No.
So, when a big thing causes a big desire to be born, and there's big separation in your vibration, which was bigger at one time than it is now, you have the work to do of turning and bringing yourself back into alignment. And the word that we want to offer here is that at first the alignment is hard, because the alignment is way over here and you're way over here. So you're not reaching for alignment, you're just reaching for relief. And then you're just reaching for more relief, and then you're just reaching for more relief. When something like this happens, you can't just put it away. You can't just leave it. You can't hide from the trail. You can't hide from the bear. Nor would we ever encourage you to go out on the trail until you've broken your fever. In other words, we would not encourage you to get out there and just show yourself that the bear won't bother you anymore. No bears are out tonight. Daddy shot them all last night. It's a song that the kids all sing. But you found that not to be true. The bears are out there today and tonight. And so what you're wanting to do is to come into alignment with who you are. Now, here's the thing that we most want to say to you. You were in alignment with who you are. You were tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You were not in fear of anything. You were in a very good place. You were out there on your trail. You were in experience. The bear doesn't want any trouble with you. The bear has no interest in you. The bear said, I live in these woods, and I was really happy here. This is the way the bear told us the story. You know, I've been living in these woods for a really long time, and I've been making all of these trails. I've spent endless hours making my trails in the woods, and then this guy shows up. I don't know what made him think that these were his woods. All the other bears understand that this is my territory. I don't know why he didn't understand that this is my territory. And he shows up in my woods. And I just felt that it was important that I let him know that these are my woods. And so I went up to him to tell him that. And he turned around and said to me, these are my woods. And he was so sure, scrawny little guy, that these are... compared to me. And he was so sure that these are his woods that I had to kind of agree with him. And so I just sort of backed up my tree, because I can feel that these are his woods too. I could feel it. I got that communication from him vibrationally, as I also can get the vibration from him that he wants to cohabitate with me, and that he has no intention of running me off, and he's not going to put traps out or shoot me. In other words, his intention for me is that I be here if I want to be here, and his intention for him is that he be there too. In other words, when you line up with your power, nothing need make you run away. Everybody in the room would run from the bear. And nobody in this room is going to go to the woods today either. In other words, the idea of a bear is a really scary thing. You've heard the stories. But what we want you to recall from this was the power that you had. We want you to recall the communication you had with the bear. We want you to feel that feeling of looking back and the relief you felt when you saw that bear retreating from you. We want you to feel the power that is yours. And we want you to lay in your bed, and we want you to play that over and over and over again until your fever breaks and you feel your true power. And when you feel that way, you'll be inspired to go to the woods. And you know what's interesting? When you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, knowing what you now know, you don't want to confront the bear. You don't ever want to see that bear. You don't want to run him off, but you don't want to confront him. And he doesn't want to see you either. And when you're in alignment with who you are, and he's in alignment with who you are, you're zigging and zagging all over that mountain, and you're never seeing one another, and you're living happily ever after, because you've come into your power. But you're not hiding in your house away from a bear who's not after you anyway. Right. It's exhilarating when life brings you something that causes you to be more. And then when you are more, you're so glad that you're more that you don't resent the bear that made you be more. Life just demands power and clarity